Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with free horse racing tips for race meetings Ayr, Newbury and Chester. I've also provided a football bet where I haven't used ChatGPT. These are my own selections, and I've included, I don't want to call it a bonus bet, but a sending off bet. So I'm going to literally talk you through the selections as they appear on this screen. So I'm going to try not to talk for too long because I've already recorded one video and unfortunately it didn't work when I uploaded it. So this is the second time I'm trying it. So the first bet is basically, it was the oddments in my account. So I've gone for a 43 pence Trixie. It's a sending off Trixie. So I've gone for three matches where I believe it could be very feisty. Sunderland versus Middlesbrough is renowned for being feisty. Also Cardiff versus Leeds, and also Rotherham versus Birmingham. I think the most interesting one is probably the biggest price, and that is Rotherham versus Birmingham. There's a lot of pressure on Steve Evans because I think there was either the favourite or second favourite to actually go up after. I don't know about spending big, but they've signed an awful lot of players, um, and they've only got 6 points, and they're in something like 15th. If they go down, Steve Evans, I don't know if you're familiar with him, but he has tantrums and everything. He used to be the Mansfield Town's manager, and it's one of the managers that is constantly shouting at the ref all the time, falling out with other managers in other dugouts, falling out with the crowd, that kind of thing. And I think if they go a goal down, it could be interesting. So that's the first bet. So what I've gone for is I've gone for two luckies. I've gone for 5 pence each way lucky 63 and a 20 pence each way lucky 15. 20 pence each way lucky 15. It consists of my four main fancies, and then the each way lucky 63 is just basically a couple of extra ones. I say thrown in the horses that I fancy, but I've looked for like horses at different meetings and whatever. So let me talk you through the 5 pence each way lucky 63. I've taken the prices. I'm probably wrong to take them, but I've took them anyway. So the first selection is Revich at 8 to 1 in the 115 at Ayr. So this is a money back special, so you can guarantee that we won't come in the first three. We'll probably come fourth. But this horse, it's only been running okay. It's had two runs since the break, and then it wasn't doing anything. It wasn't pulling up any trees then. But this horse did win this race off a £7 higher mark last year. So this horse, this time around, has ran at Goodwood and Chester, and then it now runs at this meeting. Last year, before it won at Ayr, or this race last year, it also ran at Goodwood and then Chester and then won. So it's very interesting. It's used the same preparation, and I think 8 to 1. It's an okay price. It's a horse that it's not banging for or anything like that. It's just I think it was beaten 5.5 lengths by 2 tenths at Chester. That was a competitive race. This one's, I believe, a Class 3 race, and it's been running in regularly in Class 2s. So it's actually a drop in class. But I do think this horse has got a chance. And Richard Spencer, the trainer, who I've gone for, I think, two other times on Saturday, he had a winner at Ayr and he's based in Newmarket. So he's not sending them for the fun. The second selection is Significantly at 11 to 1 in the 130 at Newbury, paying four places instead of three. This one described by, I believe, the racecourse commentator. I think it was either Richard Hoyles or Stuart Machin, saying that they believed that it would come on for the run because it was basically carrying a little bit of condition, and they thought it was being aimed at the Ayr Gold Cup. Well, I think it was being aimed at the Ayr Gold Cup, but the ground is too quick for it up at Ayr. So I think that's why they've come to Newbury. It's soft ground at Newbury currently, which is perfect for this horse. And as I said, they said it was carrying a bit of weight a bit of extra condition last time. Basically, it was a little bit overweight. It was also drawn away from the favoured standside rail because Kinot, that won the race, made all. Well, our selection in that race pretty much tracked it and then didn't get out quick enough under Ashi Murphy. Closed fast, but didn't quite get there. Well, this horse came on the wide outside and then it actually faded away in the end. But I just think it blew up. That's all it did. And I think tomorrow, if it's being aimed at the Air Gold Cup, but it's not actually running there, it's actually being aimed for Saturday. So it doesn't matter too much which race it runs in. It just tells me that they've got it ready for this weekend. The third selection is Ithaca's Arrow at 10-1 in the 5 past 2 at Newbury, paying 5 places instead of 3. I'm going to keep it simple with this one. It's not been doing a great deal for quite a while. It's been running okay, but then all of a sudden it's found a bit of form. It does well on soft ground, and I think this horse is like, it looks like it's enjoying its racing, as in like it's progressing very nicely. These last couple of runs, it needs to progress it again because it's in a more competitive handicap this time than it's been running in. But I believe this horse will be more suited to the conditions than most of the others in this race, and that is also the same for Knightswood, because I would have fancied Knightswood, but I just don't think it wants soft ground, because that horse could well win tomorrow in this race, because I've been following it for quite a while now. I think it's ran once. It's either once or twice on soft ground. One of the times it's ran okay, the other time it came 12th of 13, and the rest of the other times it's generally on good to firm. So therefore, I can't have Knightswood tomorrow. So it'll probably win with its head in its chest. But I've gone for Ithaca's Arrow at 10-1. The fourth selection is Two Tribes at 9-1 in the 225 at Ayr, at the Ayr Silver Cup, paying 7 places instead of 4. I think this one's got a right chance. Well, I'll be honest about the draw. I think there is an advantage on being on the far side. However, I do believe all the pace on Friday was on the far side. There's only 8 runners, I think, on the near side, and I think they were taken on by Vincent Lamour, I think it's called. Well, on the other side, there were a few after, like, pushing the lead, and I thought at one point they're absolutely miles in front, but they weren't. I think the nearest horse on the near side were 4 lengths behind. Well, that's a fair amount on in a sprint race, but I don't believe the draw is huge. However, it's going to sound like I'm going to keep contradicting myself, but I believe Two Tribes is on the right side of the draw for the Ayr Silver Cup because the ground is a little bit quicker, but it's also racing with horses that have chances. In the Ayr Gold Cup, I believe that the winner could come down the near side, because I do think it's slightly quicker on the far side, but all the pace and all the fancied horses are on the near side. So yeah, and it happens so many times where probably even the Ayr meeting in the past, the Gold Cup and the Silver Cup and the Bronze Cup, where one side's won and then all of a sudden it's switched. I've seen it happen in the past. I am saying it could happen tomorrow, but it's not definite. So it's still up in the air. But I do believe that Two Tribes, it's drawn low with a lot of fancied horses in the Ayr Silver Cup, and I think the ground is slightly quicker that side. But as I said, I think even with the ground being possibly quicker on the far side, it won't be enough for faster horses, more competition for the lead on the high numbers in the Ayr Gold Cup. The next selection is Jordan Electrics at 11-1 in the 335 at Ayr in the Ayr Gold Cup, paying 8 places instead of 4. Well, I had to pinch myself when I saw the rating of this horse. I thought this horse was only just out the 70s, maybe in the 80s. It's rated 101. It's massively progressed in it. Well, I'll say it's like best part of this season now. It's absolutely flying. It ran a cracker at York when it ran our selection JM Jungle when we won that race, or JM Jungle won that race. Jordan's Electrics came flying towards the finish. Well, I think this horse the aim has been all the time for probably this race. Don't go wrong. Pick up some decent prize money along the way, or even place prize money on the way. But I think this has been the target for a while. Jim Gold has got his head screwed on. There isn't much to work with because it's shot up in the ratings. So yeah, Jordan Electrics. I was going to say something else about it. Oh yeah, I'll tell you. I've also noticed that the 2 races, I believe, after this are also sponsored by Jordan Electrics, the company. So I find it very interesting because I don't know if anybody can remember back to years ago. I know it's happened loads in the past. I tend to try and look out for it. But anybody remember Seagram, the Grand National winner? Well, Seagram, the Grand National winner, won the Seagram's Grand National. So I know Jordan's Electrics aren't actually sponsoring the Ayr Gold Cup, but they are sponsoring 2 races on the car, which I find quite interesting. So they probably got a box, entertaining. They'll to make the most of their day. They'll want to win the Ayr Gold Cup. And finally, finally in this bet, Run Boy Run. I've left the price in the 5 o'clock at Newbury, paying 6 places instead of 4. So this one, I just think it's got a decent chance. It's trained by Richard Spencer. It handles the ground. I do like Sophie Osborne. It's a shame this isn't one of them super series races, because she seems to win all those. So let's just pretend it is. So Run Boy Run at 5 o'clock at Newbury, paying 6 places instead of 4. So the next bet is literally some of the others in this bet mixed together. Oh, I thought it had frozen. I'm like, oh, please no. So this is the main bet. It's 20 pence each way, look 15, and 50 pence each way single. So it basically comes to 10 of this little bet does. So it's Ithaca's Arrow. I've left the price in the 2 at Newbury, paying 5 places instead of 3. The second selection is Two Tribes in the 2.25 at Ayr, in the Ayr Silver Cup, paying 7 places instead of 4. The last one in this bet I've not backed yet. Well, I have backed, but I'm just saying I haven't mentioned it yet. The third selection is Jordan Electrics at SP in the 3.35 at Ayr, in the Ayr Gold Cup, paying 8 places instead of 4. And then I've gone for Lihu. Yeah, all right. Lihu at 20-1 in the 340 at Chester, and that's paying 4 places instead of 3. A lot of the fancied horses are drawn wide at Chester in this race. Lihu likes to race prominently or even lead, so if it jumps out of stall 4, grabs the rail, or at least grabs a very prominent position, it could even force some of the high numbers even wider. But I do think this one's got a bit of a sneak. I think 20-1's the wrong price for this horse. Even if it comes last, I think 20-1 is wrong. So these are the singles which I mentioned. So this is the football bet. So the football bet is a £7 over 2.5 goals treble. It's a £3 over 3.5 goals treble, and I've not touched Chat GPT with a barge pole. So these are the matches that I fancy to be over 2.5 goals, due to either teams playing well that are conceding, or teams that are just conceding. So as I said, it's a £7 treble over 2.5 goals treble, and if this comes up, it pays for the day plus profit. It makes £32.55. So it's Mansfield Town versus Shrewsbury over 2.5 goals. Add that to your bet slip. Over 2.5 goals in the Rotherham and Birmingham match. Rotherham and Birmingham match, in my opinion, it needs an early goal to make it feisty and to also make it end to end. Otherwise, it's going to be a cage match. But I do believe there'll be an early goal. And the third match is Burnley versus Portsmouth. Burnley, they started very well. They've been a hit and miss since. I do believe didn't Portsmouth get battered by somebody not long ago? So it's two teams that seem to need to bounce back. Basically, they started both teams started relatively well, but they need to get back on track. So those are all the selections for Saturday. Saturday, the 21st of September. If you can give me a like or a subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Or leave in the comments if you fancy any of the selections that I spoke about. So the very best of luck. Charlie Winters, over and out. Cheers, mate.